Hello everybody, I'm about to record something on Msnbc on the Ed Show, and it's about Republicans and where the jobs are. Take a look at this.
Thanks for staying with us tonight. So debate continues in the White House over how big President Obama's jobs plan will be when it's unveiled next week in a speech. And the president spoke to radio host Tom Joyner this morning, saying the economy had a heart attack and needs a vigorous jobs program to get back to good health.
George Bush left us $1 trillion deficit, and so it's a lot harder to climb out of this hole when we don't have a lot of money in the federal coffers. But there is no doubt that we can take steps that would mean the economy was growing 1% or 1.5 percentage faster. That could mean 500,000 to 1 million additional jobs. That gets the economy moving. It makes businesses more confident that they're going to have customers, and it starts putting people back to work.
The president doing radio again. Very good, because 98% of Americans listen to audio every day. Now let's get to the ideas. Some of the ideas President Obama discussed include an extension of the payroll tax holiday for working class people, the creation of a national infrastructure bank to support construction projects, and giving businesses a $5,000 tax credit for new hires. All good stuff. None of these details are officially part of any jobs plan as of yet, and if House Republican leader Eric Cantor has his way, they won't be part of any jobs plan ever. You see, a memo today revealed that the House agenda for the Republicans for the fall, well, it doesn't involve job creation. Instead, Cantor wants to eliminate 10 major government regulations, including limits on industrial pollution. Joining me tonight is Democratic Congressman from Minnesota and co-chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, Progressive Caucus, should I say, Keith Ellison. Congressman, good to have you with us tonight. Why is Eric Cantor focusing on pollution deregulation while Americans are asking, are we going to get something moving on jobs? What do you make of this?
Well, because the Koch brothers want him to do their bidding. He want the people the corporate paymasters that he vows to demand that that Eric Cantor do their bidding and allow them to cut costs by not complying with environmental regulations. Basically what they're doing, Ed, is telling every mom across this nation that they're going to have to nurse their kid through asthma attacks, through mercury or even lead poisoning, and through dangerous chemical exposure. Here's the other problem. Every business is going to have to deal with sick workers who have to take time off because these environmental problems that this reduction in regulation will cause is going to cause people to be sick and have to take off time. So it's really a loser for everybody except for the select few.
But Congressman, it's about jobs. Every American knows it's about jobs, and everybody's got a different attitude when they're getting a paycheck every couple of weeks. The bottom line here is that the Republicans have stated in a memo that it's not about jobs. So what are your expectations for any Republican coming on board saying, I'm going to go along with President Obama's job plan after he unveils it after Labor Day? What are the expectations?
Well, I'm a person who's optimistic, and so I have high expectations. I'll say that there's a number of Republicans who are in districts where there are a number of independents and maybe even some Democrats and maybe even some Republicans that make it dangerous for them to walk the plank with Eric Cantor. There's a number of them right around my district in Minneapolis who I think better pay close attention to what the president's talking about, or else a strong Democratic or independent candidate is going to offer their services to take their place.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that the Republicans do not walk the plank with Cantor and put the American people and their jobs first.
Well, I think they are going to walk the plank. I mean, I don't think there's going to be one Republican in the House. I don't think there's going to be one Republican in the Senate that's going to come along and say anything good about what the president's going to offer, no matter what he offers. Now, I spoke with
You're probably right.
Yeah, I spoke with your fellow colleague, Cedric Richmond in New Orleans yesterday, and he summed it up like this. Here it is.
If the hurricane came and President Obama walked across the water to save some kid, the Tea Party wouldn't say, hey, he saved that kid. They would say the president can't swim. I mean, they will look for the negative part of any movement just to take away from the president.
You agree with that? And where we are, where are we going to go on jobs if that's the way it is?
Well, Mitch McConnell said it. He said that his number one job is to make this president a one-term president. So I think Cedric is right on the mark that they don't mean to cooperate at all, and they have put their party and political considerations above that of the nation. But, you know, Ed, although I think the realistic position is the one you articulated in Cedric, I'm just hoping that there's at least a few Republicans who still believe in this country enough to put the American people first as opposed to trying to score political points in the next election.
Well, they only believe in the country if their guy is in the White House. That's what it appears to be. And would you be, let me ask you straight